Well, hello there. Welcome. This is the Stew channel. I am the absolute top guy, Charles. Give thanks for my awesomeness. Can't deny it. It's written on a coffee cup. It's a nice little gift from my wife. Throw a little coffee down my gullet. Let's put that right there for a moment. As I get settled and set and ready to get going. How is everybody? Hope you're doing well tonight. Welcome to Shacklemen After Dark, Saturday night. Going to try to make this a little bit of a regular thing. See how that works out. Although I found I have to take a nap sometime throughout Saturday if I really want to be committed to doing this. So we're putting that into the planning. Plan is some handcuff practice. I got some Peerless and some Chicago. Just want to go through the paces of practicing shimming, picking, double lock picking, multiple cuffs, holes up, holes down, all the bullshit, all the fun. If you have any interest in handcuffs, any questions, please hit us in the comments, in the chat. Yeah, chat. It's not comments, it's chat when you're live. And all right. So like I said, we're going to start out with just a little basic shim practice. You do a lot of practicing off the wrist in the hand, especially when you're starting out. We recommend doing that. So let's just do a little shim work on the cuffs we have selected for tonight's. There we go. Live. Oh, you know what? I have a little bit of a bend on that, which is making it go up and catch if I go that way. Make sure that bends down, or I work it the right way. A little bit of a flex on there. Still make it work. That one was seriously in there. Let's bring that out a little bit. Get that to where I can do something with it. And there we go. What's up, the Telesafgato 40? What's up, 4818? How you doing? And then the next person, I have no idea what that says, but you're welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you coming through. Got any Shacklemen in the viewing or any lock pickers? Pop into the chat. Make yourself known. Alright. That is 9 quick pairs. I mean, wasn't super quick, but let's take my time. Let's grab my pick. Let's get them off my chain. This is the transport chain for some Chicago transport cuffs. We have the boot cuffs on one side and the X55s for the wrist on that side. So it's a nice thing. Have the chain dangling. Hang stuff off it. So free the cuffs from the chain, and then I can get started on a little more practice. How do you break into the pentagon? Well, I don't think that's a static answer. I think you'd really just have to show me the schematics, and I'd have to give you some advice. Not that I ever would, but as a thought experiment. Not that I have pentagon breaking skills, but if we could come up with a cool movie script, do you know what I mean? So, all right, we're just getting in a little straight, pointy, pokey thing. Modified tubular pick from Covert Instruments. And it's kind of my favorite cuff picking tool. A couple others I really like though. Can I use that tool to do it? This tool? Yeah, this tool will do it too. And this is it's a tubular pick. So I don't know if you've seen the like the bike locks, vending machine locks. They got all the little circle with all the little dots in there, and you just go in there with this when you get attention. And you just poke each thing. You just keep going around over and over and over and over again, and eventually the thing turns once. You got to do that like 4 to 8 times to get the full lock spun. So it's very annoying and monotonous as a pick, but discovering that this pick was absolutely money for handcuffs was awesome. Something I do like to do is figure out things that weren't necessarily intended for this and get those things working for this. Handcuff escapes and other kinds of things. Hey, FBI. Yeah, like if this got me on FBI radar, I'm already on it. So no worries. I actually work with some law enforcement to actually teach this to some people that it could be helpful to in case they ever get put in their own cuffs. So, all right, there we go. We shimmed them, we picked them. I'll show you a little shim practice. Is to just take your cuffs and have your bows up. You put them on your wrist. And do it with multiple pairs. And then I'll get pretty annoyed when it doesn't work easy. And you guys will laugh. And it'll be so much fun. Alright. So, now let's go 4 pairs. Well, I might as well go 5th pair. That's the 5th like colored pair I have here. Let's run with it. So this is a good shim practicing method. So I got them all on there. Got the bows all up. Gonna press it down so I have some resistance against the bottom of it. And I'm gonna take one of my handled shims from the Shacklemen Cuff Club set you can find on lockpicktools.com, offered by Southern Specialties, or you can find it at Hardcase Survival. So what we're going to do, we're going to go in there, and we're going to get between those teeth and the teeth they bind with. I have to depress the bow a little bit to move it between those. So the thinner and smoother the shim is, the easier it is to slide into that gap. And now it's all the way down in there. So I just have to pull the bow up. Now, when you're pulling the bow up, the teeth will tend to catch the front of this. So you do kind of got to hold that in place as you're doing it. Otherwise, you're going to have to kind of redo your positioning on it a few times. So you'll get the bow a little bit open, and then you'll have to do another go to get it the rest open, like that. See, I slipped off, I lost it. I'm most of the way open because I did not hold the pick in place well enough, or the shim in place well enough. Easiest way is just a little bit of pressure on the back. especially when it's a handled shim. So, and the nice thing about doing this way as practice is you just one after another, again. You don't have to do it, put it back on, do it, put it back on, do it, put it back on. You just get a lot of run, a lot of practice just down the run of it. Even if you just got one pair, you got the 2 cuffs on there, and then move them over to the other hand and practice with your left hand. It's just a good Shacklemen practicing. All right, let's kick into here. I think I sensed. What's up, Chris Gilly? Nathan T, how you doing? Oh, I was talking to you. Nola Southpaw. That's my boy right there. Mr. Nola, fellow Shacklemen, mid-made, lock sport member, vet, lock picker, cool guy, butter cookie eater. I don't know about that last thing, though. And then Greyhound picking. What's up, Mr. Greyhound? Where is... Oh, damn. Greyhound, I got your pick somewhere around here. All right. You know, I'm going to do it on the left side, or with the left hand. So, this is a practice night. I'm starting out practicing shimming. And I want to teach some people. I saw we had a guy, a new member of Shacklemen Cuff Club, 603 Lock and Key. Go check him out. Good guy. Just hit past 100 subscribers. He's got a giveaway going if you're a lock sporter. Challenge. And he got a pair and threw them on his wrists and tried to learn that way. So that's great. But we kind of teach you to practice in hand and practice on what's, I can spend all day, and then if I can't get it, I'm not panicked or desperate because I'm stuck. You know what I mean? So with this finger, I'm pushing the bow down. I'm using the resistance here. If I was standing up, I would have this part pressed against my body. So that way, if I'm kind of out in the air, I have to hold something on the back, press the bow, and hold this. So I have to get 3 fingers working together. And sometimes my hand doesn't have the strength to do that, but it always has the strength to do that. Push on the bow, slide down on the shim, open the bow. Repeat the process. And again, always the second time on that yellow one for some reason. It's the yellow and the red are the same kind of cuff. They're the Peerless 750C. There's just a little bit tighter tolerances on that yellow one. Ooh, I am bending up my shim. Look at that. So let's try to bend that back into place a little bit. And then we'll get back to work. Getting sloppy. Well, that's my left hand, so either I'm getting sloppy or I need more practice. Sometimes, though, too, it's a different technique. It's a different hold for the left hand to make it work. And if I try to do it the way it works on the right hand, it'll be more frustrating. But if I find a little bit different way to do it with the left hand, sometimes it's a lot better that way. All right. Well, that's some shim practice. Let's do some pick practice. Oh, well. We should shim off the wrists, right? So, I'll do a quick wrist shimming. Pick an 1110. I don't know what an 1110 is. I know what an 1100 is. I know what an 1106 and an 1107 are. I've never seen an 1110. Send me one, I'll pick it, Coast. There we go. All right. So instead of using the handled shim, we'll use the Coxie shim, which is the two-sided American and UK thicknesses, which is what the two different handled shims are. They're just these two things on handles. I'm going to go ahead and try to use that. See if I get out of these. That second pair or multiple pairs does get in the way of like just flying out of that from a shim sometimes. So it does change it up. It is something you have to adjust for when you're doing this. All right, just a couple quick shims. Let's go ahead and I might as well throw all 5 on. Shim out. And if you've been around before, I recommend you put all your cuffs on one wrist and then you worry about getting them on the other wrist. It's a lot easier that way. Pick some zip ties. How do you, I don't have a zip tie. I don't pick them, I just bust out of them. Or I break them. I do have to get the like the zip tie things that are the, you know, the ones that cops use and things like that. I just haven't gotten around to ordering any yet. I'm still stocking cuffs. You gotta get picks. I got locks on the way. I got a bunch of stuff I'm doing for my mitten made vets. So eventually I'll get to the zip ties. All right, cuffing up. Where's my paracord cuffs? I don't have any of those either. Send me a set, my guy. All right, you know. Let's shim 5 cuffs. Just so you know, Chicago, Peerless, Peerless, Chicago, Chicago. Not that it really matters when you're shimming them, but it's good to know what you're dealing with. So we got 1 pair, 2, 3. Uh-oh. 4. Shim went flying. And what, Cinco, right? Is that 5? Yeah, we gotta repeat that on this side. Alright, that's the yellow one. Let's get the yellow one clean. Alright, there we go. That feels like a victory. There is the other 750. Let's get to this last Chicago 1000. Yeah, I would love to send me a dipstick. I'll do it with that. Shim out of a Smith & Wesson. It's doable. They are tougher. Smith & Wesson Model 100s. There's that shim in place. Oof, and there's the Smith & Wesson's open. So it's a tighter tolerance. It's a tougher cuff, but it's not what we're practicing tonight. We're working on Chicago and Peerless. Oh, Dean, I didn't say hey, man. How you doing, Mr. Dean? All right, so let's move on to some picking. I have to pick off the wrists. We'll just throw all 5 on. So we've done a little bit of picking lately. After that, we'll try some double lock picking. If everybody's still stucking around. don't think stucking around is a word. If everyone is stuck around or everyone is sticking around. And I combine those. It's what you do when you're drinking coffee at midnight. You make shit up. Lidio J. Person I don't know who you are. What's up? Anyone here that, like, I can't read your name or you got an icon for a name? Hey, it's a pleasure to see you. Thanks for stopping by. This is Shacklemen After Dark, Saturday night. I'm going to be doing this a little bit regularly. Let me pour the rest of that coffee. And then, because the coffee is going to be gone in a moment, let me get that ready. Cheers. And cheers. All right, I got to get these on. All right. Ooh, ow. A little tight. A little tight. Let's go ahead and tighten up that side. And let's see if we can pick them. We have a multi-pick from Germany. One of the sponsors of Mitten Made Locksport. And I've got a broken rake that I have modified a little bit. Not too much. I'm still working on how much I want it to be modified. But currently, it seems to work really well for Peerless in Chicago. So I might not have to modify this anymore. I'm using the different method with this. I'm using the swoopy instead of the pointy pokey. I'm gonna have to reverse that. And we're out of that one. So, and what that means is that little point right there. Well, let me get it there and show you. So, over on this side is where I got to get to hit right about there, right about 3 o'clock. I got to hit the pawl. And what I'm going to do with that little peak right there is either by pushing it or usually by dragging it around, I'm going to bring it underneath that rim. So when I hit that, as I'm leaned back, I get underneath and hit the pawl. So get in there and take the cuff off. Now I can also, because of that side right there, still use it in the, well, left hand's the worst demonstration for that for me. Now let me show you that in a second. All right. Slipped off the pawl, swing back around. Oof. Oh, there we go. Come on, buddy. Ooh. I might be stuck. That would suck. Oh. Ended up being pretty easy. All right, so now the point is for the swoop around underneath. And that side I'm going to use the pointy pokey. It should get in here really well. For that. Yeah, there we go. See if I can make it happen on this one, right? Oh, there we go. So that's the nice thing about this style tool, which I'm kind of playing with the design, is I have both of the attacks available to me. All right. Nice little picking. Just buy a spare key. It's smaller. I've got so many keys, man. Like, why? I don't even know where the rest. Oh, there's a bunch of handcuff keys. I got lanyards full of keys, man. It's not the keys. We ain't here for keys. You know what I mean? Rock out with your lockout. What's up, my brother? Rock out. Oh, rock out, brother. I hate to say this, but we've had a second break all the way down to the nub. But we're going to mine some more magic out of the wizard's wand. We're not done. All right. Let us play with... let's play with some double lock, all right? So, if you don't know what a double lock is, single lock, this can go in, it won't come out, all right? So if you double lock it, it won't go in or out. And what you have to do is get in here. See, there's... that one is not hit. You can see that little pin. That one is set. The little pin's pushed in. So if I get in there, right? Oh, I slipped off it. Oh, now you see the little pin. If I actually got it, sometimes it might be false. This now will move in. And there we go. We have picked the double lock. Let's try that with this tool, the two-way tool. See if I can get in there. I slipped off it. Now you can try it as a direct attack or kind of a swooping attack. I don't know which, this tool, probably a swooper, but, and there we go. We have popped that double lock. Bring that back around, show you the double lock is popped. Doesn't mean anything if I can't do it on my wrists, probably not. So we're gonna have to give it a shot there, right? See the pin, key tool, Stu 2 locks. What's up, baby? We got that locked. Make sure it's locked. Won't press. I'll grab my original tool. That's the one that I like the best. Now you can see the pin. How do you know that the double lock's done? Because now I can pick the single lock. If the double lock is engaged, you can't pick the single lock. As people love to tell me in comments whenever I'm not doing double locks. But that's the thing, is you got to spend a lot of time practicing shimming. You got to spend a lot of time practicing picking. Then you spend a lot of time practicing the double lock. It doesn't matter if you get the double lock off, but you can't pick or shim this cuff. What the hell are you doing? You're just still locked in a pair of cuffs. You know what I mean? No, ASP equals master lock, Coach Chillin. I do hate to correct you, but you do need to be corrected. Master lock's probably more like a Brinks, or Peerless is more like a Brinks. All right, so let's do, we're gonna try these. These are the Chicago 1000s. Should be a pretty basic and easy cuff. We're gonna see if old Stu can do a 2-cuff double lock escape. I am not as practiced on these as the Peerless, so that's the point of practice tonight. Go ahead and see your pins. Pins are pushed in. See your pins. Pins are pushed in. Now we gotta work to beat the double locks. First and foremost. So I'm going to go with the combo tool. I think I should be able to swoop on these pretty easy. Well, there's the pin. But, ahaha, see, this is a good example. You can see the pin, but I did not fully get it. And if I just looked at the pin and started trying to pick my way out of the cuffs, I would frustrate myself and spend a lot of time. God damn. Woo! All right, let's go to this side. And this is why we practice, folks. That one I know I got clean. That one I did not get clean. Oh, what is going on? All right, so, all right, there we go. So I'm not catching all of the, what I have to hit, basically. Where that peak is positioned, it's not ideal on this pair of cuffs. So I have to think about that. Hold on. I'm thinking about like 3 things right now. Thinking about modifying this pick, what I'm trying to do, and what I'm trying to say. So let me... Right, I did get it. Yeah, I got it. Well, this sucks. Sweet, I'm stuck. Waiting for this to happen. Oh, I almost got him. Oh, well, screw that pick. All right. That one's a prototype situation anyway. This is my money pick. All right, we got to get the double lock. Ooh. This is not the best pick for this double lock either. But, all right, I got the pin up. Do you think it's done or not? I'm fearful. Hey, it's done. Sweet. If I can get out of it. Means I should be able to get out of it. Oh, there we go. All right. So we still got to solve the double lock, and that's weird, as it was easier to get out with the left hand versus the right hand. That's not always the case. Solve the case of this. You know what? Let me go ahead and reset it. And see if I can re-hit it. I want to figure out what I'm getting wrong more than anything. I'm pushing it up. I'm not fully... Oh, maybe there. No. I'm going too deep into... This is pissing me off. I know, I gotta look at the chat. Sorry. I'm overly focused. Alright, I'm gonna switch tools. What's going on? Smash that like button, y'all. What's up? Yeah, man, I appreciate that. View me, like me, sub me. Throw me some, you know, what is it? The money in the chat. Super chat. Throw me a super chat. You know what I'm saying? Any money that comes my way ends up going to support Mitten Made Lock Sport, which is a lock sport group of vets. Where is my other? Sorry, I'm trying to find the pick set here. All right. I'm going to go to my go-to half ball from the Shacklemen pick set. Let's see if that solves my problems. Should. Don't know what I'm missing though. This is so crazy. I haven't had this much trouble getting a double lock off since like the, oh, there we go, since the TCH 850s. I had some issues with one side of those, was just brutal. And then I sent them to Pete, Southpaw Picking Pete. I don't know if that was nice of me or not. Damn, now I'm just slipping off. Well, I got the double lock off. Go back to the tool, I know. Nice, easy little pick. Let's go back to half ball. See if we can get it clean. Hopefully. Ah, we got it. Nice clean little pick on that double lock. Nice clean little pick on that pawl lock. So there's a little 2-cuff double lock escape. Let's try that with the 750Cs. And move this around. 1100. I do have 1100s. Didn't you ask me that last time? I picked an 1100 last time you called me out on that. Give me credit, Coast. Hope you're having a good night, brother. Yeah, no, well, Dean, and that is the nice thing about having multiple pairs of the same type, is you will find on cuffs from one side to the other or one pair to the other, there'll be some slight variations in the tolerance. The position of the post will be a little different, which will make, different areas of this a little tighter on the keyway. And then, yeah, it's like just like I said on my TCH 850s, one side was really hard to shim, hard to pick. The spring and the tolerances were just brutal compared to the other side. And it was the way we started doing the contests, it was the side I was constantly trying to work with from the first. Coast, what's up, my brother? Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. We're working towards getting a round of locks and throwing some logos on those and getting those around to our vets in Mitten Made. So we want those guys to have some logo locks from the group, and that's what the current drive for fundraising is. So thank you for helping out on that. All right, we got to do a double lock, double cuff, double lock escape. And you go to 750Cs. Mostly like the 700. Rock out, what's up, brother, man? Thank you very much. Another guy right there, Shacklemen, lock picker, pick maker, made this beautiful pick for me that I destroyed. Sorry. But it was awesome, man. Like, dude, I was just busting blue belt locks with that rake. It was beautiful. There was no way I could not do it. And then I turned it into a hook, and I got a little crazy on another pack lock, and I broke that thing off. All right. So, oh, I don't know why I put that third set on. I was only doing 2. Let me take that off. So you got to pay attention when you're putting yourself in cuffs and chains and things, because you might accidentally put a hole in the wrong direction, put an extra lock on, forget you don't have your picks available, things like that. All right. So we are going to hit these double lock. If you notice, the double lock button is not colored on these, whereas the powder coating on these does get that tip of that little lock. I don't know. I don't think it matters. It's just something I've noticed. So, double locks depressed. Oh, shite. My double locks are on that side. And my holes are on that side. All right, see? I wasn't paying attention. I do not have the double locks or the keyholes in the direction I intended. So I have to deal with that because I'm put into cuffs. Oh, do you want Nola? Do you want to see the long reach? Like, I think it's a corkscrew at this point, man. I mean, Nola, it's bent that way. It's bent that way. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a corkscrew. I would go that way. Near, 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 near. In fact, in honor of Nola, let's go ahead and use the long reach to try to get the double lock out. Here you go, Nola. And we'll swoop it too, because that puts a lot more torque on the pick. And when I put torque on a pick, I bend the shit out of a pick. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, buddy. Ooh, ooh. Ah. There's another bend in that little fucking long reach. Ooh, you're destroying this pick. I gotta send an apology letter to Multi-Pick on that one, so. Alright, sorry, Nola. I had to. Alright, now the Peerless. And you got the horizontal keyway. I gotta hit down here right about 7 o'clock. Well, no, actually. What do I gotta hit? I kind of gotta catch it at about 5 o'clock, maybe about 4:30. And then be able to pop it over. So if I can get in deep enough, actually kind of hit it in a straight hit. Oof. If I don't pay attention to trying to make it visible, maybe I can get it better. All right, well, if that's not working, I go to the tried and the true. And we're going to bust that double lock. Reverse. Come around that way and get the cuff off. And then we're going to extricate a pick from there and repeat the process. So, a little tight on the bottom of this keyway, especially because I've bent this pick too. Ooh, slipped. Ah, there we go. Check it. You hear the click, you know it hit. Now, since it's tight on the top of the keyway for me, I'm going to go to the bottom. I'm going to work around to the top, get into the position I want, and open the cuff. So, oof, bang. Sorry about that. Oh, it reminded me I have a beer there, though. All right, so I'm in an awkward position. I got to get this off. Coming this way, we're trailing. Whoop around the underneath. So I need it in that way. Oof. Did we hit it? Yes, we did. Just to make it easier on me, I'm going to do a straighty, pointy, pokey attack to get the cuff off. Somehow I'm still going to get that one stuck. All right, so double lock is on. We got to get the double lock off. All right, we hit it rather nicely, which is one of the reasons why we've included this as one of the profiles in the Shacklemen Handcuff pick set, available at Southern Specialties. Shameless plug. We don't get anything from that. Just the pride of knowing our pick set. All right, see, that is a tight. Just doesn't want to go in there. So I gotta go to the bottom and work around. Oh yeah, I did. I was like, did I get the double lock off? I've done that. Forgot the double lock was on. Sat there trying to pick it. Alright, so there's some double locking, some shimming, some picking. Dean, I do hate bending picks, but I also have to, like, for as hard as I go at stuff with raking and the handcuffs and the escapes, I have to dedicate a whole handful of picks to, they're going to get messed up, you know. I just don't go easy, and then, you know, the weirder and the heavier and the more escapey, you know, it just starts destroying picks. All right. Anyone have any questions? We might as well go ahead and throw them all on the wrists and do, I think I have, what, 9 cuffs here? We'll pop a 9 cuff escape. Mixture Chicago and Peerless. Make sure I got the holes and the bows in the direction I need. And try not to pinch the skin on my arm as I put them on, because I keep doing that. But you live and you learn. And you get better. And you practice. That's what we're doing tonight. Shacklemen After Dark, Saturday night. It's practice time. I have a couple new pairs of cuffs on the way. They will be here for next week's installment. Actually have some picks on the way too. I got some Jimmy Longs and a Jimmy Roll. Pretty excited about that. And we'll share that stuff with you guys on next Saturday. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Let me go ahead and use my thighs. Ow. The weirdest thing is when I do that and then one cuff in the middle actually doesn't get done. It's like, how do you do that? Squeezing them all together. All right, so we got 9 cuffs. Take a drink. I am going to light one up because that has been Nola, if you're writing that story, am I a resource or am I the inspiration or what's going on? I don't know how I'm not involved. You should be. All right. Nice little pick of the Peerless. Ooh. That's the Chicago 1000s. Chicago X55s. Chicago 1000s. Peerless 750s. Peerless 700s. Peerless 750s. Chicago, shit, I think 802s? They're the lightweight aluminum black. I gotta look that up. Oh, and then this is Peerless But you notice, ooh, the further you go down on the other side, it gets harder and harder and harder on the angle. So if I was smart, I might just remove some cuffs on this side to create the space. But if you're here last week, I went 12 deep on the wrists, and I'm barely able to get all the way down for 12. So, one side at a time. Style. And there we go. Number 9. Tony, what the heck? We are practicing handcuff escapes. It's a Shacklemen Saturday night. This is what we do. You see the D&P, NOLA Southpaw, rock out with your lockout. Guys in the chat there are all Shacklemen and lockpickers. Coach Chillin's an aficionado as well. Got some questions? You can ask those cats. Matt, oh, I didn't see you, Matt. Matt's Lock Shop showed up. What's up, brother? How you doing? Oh, you know what I did not do? I did 2 handcuff double lock escape. Let's try a 3 handcuff double lock escape with the 700s. Oh God, that's ew. I think I could tie that in a knot if I keep going with it. I mean, NOLA, man, I should send that to you. Mount that on a little piece of wood and send it to NOLA. Shackleman After Dark, Eddie. How you doing, brother? Shacklemen Cuff Club. We are a handcuff and escape group. I am C Studio, a lockpicker and an escape artist. And we do this shit for fun. Oh, I did that wrong. God damn it. Alright, well, let me get it right. Pretty quick 3 cuff escape, though. You guys gotta admit that. It was pretty dope. Oh, what do I need to do? Right. I want it that way. Since we're working on double locks, I want the post coming at you. I want to make sure I can get to the keyhole without trying to turn, twist, and blah, blah, blah. Keyholes up on this camera setup sucks. I can't really set it up in a way that you can see it very well. Oop. Turn those this way. Get these on. All right. So let's get these double locks set. And one of them's wrong. What the F? The importance of paying attention to what the F you're doing. Let's see, which means I have the keyhole wrong on this one. Which means that's in a bad position. But it does give me a bit of a... Oh, stupid ass thing. Yeah, I could just get a key and get it off. But that's not what we do. Can't get the leverage. Oh, there we go. All right. It's like a 7-hour setup for this stupid trick. All right. Get it that way. And that way. All right. About time. Speaking of tolerances, this particular pair, the bow it's really tight. The bow is sticky. It's the only pair of cuffs I have that has that feature. Where's my key tool? There we go. Now, let's engage all our double locks. And there we go. 6 for 6 double locks. I will attack with my swoopy attack with the half ball. Because it works. But I have not practiced with it in a while, so it's a little different hitting the pawl on the pick. I kind of gotta practice. Alright. Pull it out, reverse it, and we'll do a swoopy on the pawl. I can get into there. Alright. Oh shit. Hold on. Come in from the other side. Oh, I actually have it picked already. Double lock. And that's why we really suggest the Peerless 700Cs for a beginning lock or beginning handcuff set. It's quote unquote easy, as Coach Chillin will point out, but you have available all the different types of attack. So you have like paperclip, side shimming, and whack attacks you can do on these, and you have enough room to really work around the keyway and figure out what you're doing. And then the nice thing is when you move to Smith & Wesson or Chicago or anything, and the keyway goes from horizontal to vertical, as you do have a different degree of difficulty that you start adding into what you're doing. So, all right, we got a double lock picked. Oop, I got a pick that's stuck. Now, I did use the back side instead of that swoopy side, that side there, just because it was in place and I was able to hit it with it. So I didn't want to reposition and fight it. All right, so tight on the bottom of the keyway. Go to the top, work around, get into position, kick that double lock. I'll just swoop back over and use the back side, that sharp side, to get out of that too. And then if I'm lucky, there we go. I practice the most with the Peerless, so if I hit the double lock, I can feel it better than, yeah. As I'm saying that, I was like, yeah, let me check before I start talking shit and then find out I didn't get it. All right. Just get that in there. Work it around. All right, don't want to go. So I'm gonna work around to it somehow. And there we go. There's a 3-cuff double lock beat. Feels good. Donkey, nothing weird. We don't do any weird stuff here on camera. But we're practicing escaping handcuffs. We're hanging out, having some fun, chilling with my boys, Nola, Rockout, Dean P, Matt's Locks. Who else is in here? Eddie Siciliano. How you doing, Eddie, man? What's going on? Tony's here. We said hey to Tony. Just want to double check, make sure. Oh, yeah, Coach Chillin', my boy Coach Chillin'. Sponsor, supporter, whatever of the channel. You gotta love the guy. So yeah, that's some handcuff practice tonight, man. This is the Shacklemen After Dark Saturday night midnight roundup, whatever we want to call it. We're gonna be here again next week. I got 2 more pairs coming. I have a 3rd pair of the 750Cs, an orange pair, and I have a 3rd pair of the Chicago 1000s coming, orange as well. After that, my plan is to get a couple more pair of the X55s. I like having 3 of each to start, just for multiple cuff escapes. And then I have to stock up on hinged cuffs and start filling out some things that I don't have, like the CTS, Winchester, and then I got to start filling out Smith & Wesson. I only have 1 pair of those. So anyway, thank you guys for coming by and hanging out tonight. Shacklemen After Dark, Saturday night. Come back next Saturday. Thank you very much to Coach Chillin' and Rock Out for hooking me up with some super chats. And thank everybody for hanging out, hitting the like button, watching, supporting. And my guys that are lockpickers and shacklemen, I will be talking to you soon. Make sure you're getting in on the Southern Specialties Pocket Dump Challenge. And make sure you're getting into the Peerless Shacklemen challenges. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.